The holders crash out. Czech Republic stun the Netherlands. Manchester City chase Antoine Griezmann into Hakimi fix, and a transfer roundup all coming up in the next few minutes. As I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the OneFootballers, and this is the Daily News. So first up, and Portugal are absolutely stunned. They are out of there because Belgium beat them 1-0 last night, and it means that the reigning champions will no longer be retaining their title. Cristiano Ronaldo cut a distraught figure, as the rest of the Portuguese side did, because they just could not find the breakthrough. Now, from Belgium's side, Torgan Hazard's goal was fit of winning any match. It was a fantastic strike, and at times, the game was a bit like basketball. It was end-to-end, it was high-octane, but Portugal just could not find their rhythm in the attacking third. Very, very odd, considering all the talent that they had. And I think Bruno Fernandes is someone who, not only his personal form, but it really just summed up Portugal's form altogether. Just hit and miss. In fact, he came on and, well, he didn't really do much at all. That's not to say the blame is on him, the blame is on the whole team, but Portugal just really did not look like the kind of team who were ready to retain their title from 2016. As for Belgium, they're ranked number 1 in the world for a reason. They've been there for 1,000 days, and despite the fact they don't have a major title, they are such a good team, and it wouldn't surprise me if they went on to win the competition from here on out. But their 1-0 victory last night has set up one of the most mouth-watering ties of the tournament, as in the quarter-final, they'll be taking on Italy, who got past a stubborn Austria side in extra time on Saturday night. Belgium may have to do so, though, without Kevin De Bruyne and Eden Hazard. Torgan Hazard scored the goal. Without Eden Hazard, as both of them suffered injuries in the game. Roberto Martinez, instead they're going to have to look at some scans and decide whether or not the two will be fit to face the Italians. Anyway, that is going to be a ridiculously good game. On the other side, though, last night, my word, what a victory for Czech Republic. This was the team that finished third in England's group, and no one really gave them a chance against the talent of the Dutch side. But Netherlands are out, and of course, we can't talk about the game without talking about Matthijs de Ligt handball. We knew what he was doing, and after the game, he said he felt very, very guilty. It's an unfortunate way to get a red card and go out of the competition, but the rules are the rules, so it kind of makes sense. Anyway, after Matthijs de Ligt's red card, Czech Republic really took the game to the Netherlands, and credit to them for seizing the opportunity. Many teams, when coming up against a big side like the Netherlands, could potentially panic a little bit, even if they've got 10 men. But Czech Republic took the game by the scruff of the neck. They had plenty of good chances and managed to convert 2 of them, including Patrick Schick managing to bag his 4th goal of the tournament. Now that Cristiano Ronaldo is out with 5 goals as the top goal scorer, Schick's on 4, they're still in it. Romelu Lukaku's on 3, Belgium are still in it. Maybe could be a very interesting golden boot race. As for the Czech Republic, like I mentioned, massive kudos to them, and they've set up a tie with Denmark, who absolutely obliterated Wales. That is the only word I can use for their stunning victory on Saturday night. After all the good that Wales did in the group, it just really didn't translate over to the knockout stages. And the same could be said for Netherlands, actually, as they became the first team to win all 3 games of the group stage and then be knocked out in the first round of the knockouts in 90 minutes. And don't forget, you can find plenty more Euro content on the OneFootball app and the Volkswagen OneHub as well. All of those links are in the description below. Next up then, is some transfer news and a couple of rumours coming out of Spain. Nothing concrete just yet, just a few rumours, a bit of hearsay that Antoine Griezmann is on Manchester City's transfer list. That is because the moves for Jack Grealish and Harry Kane are going to cost them a hell of a lot of money. Not that Manchester City won't do it, but they're coming up with a contingency plan just in case, and Antoine Griezmann could be just that. Now, not only have Barcelona signed Sergio Aguero from Manchester City, potentially giving Antoine Griezmann less game time, he'll fit in at Manchester City quite well, I think. Look at the way that Antoine Griezmann drops deep into that false 9 role. He gets involved with all the build-up play and is such a threat in the box. I think he could be perfect for a Pep Guardiola side. Instead of playing a winger through the middle when they haven't got Aguero, which obviously they don't now, and if they don't sign a replacement, like Mahrez or Sterling, Phil Foden, Ferran Torres, instead of playing a winger through the centre, they can play Antoine Griezmann there, and effectively Guardiola can go back to his traditional style of having a false 9 in the team. That, together with Griezmann, together with the fact that Barcelona may need a bit of money this summer, Manchester City could, well, they could offer a big amount of money, but certainly not the amount they'd have to pay for Grealish or Kane coming from other Premier League sides. I think this one would fit rather well. Again, like I mentioned, it's just a rumour coming out of Spain in a minute. There's nothing concrete about it. But if we're going to play fantasy manager right now, I think this would be perfect. It'd be a great fit for Griezmann, a great fit for Manchester City, and they'll probably score even more goals than already thought possible. Next up though, and to Inter Milan, who may have found their fix for the Hakimi situation. Now, for around £60 million, it looks like the Moroccan will be joining PSG, and Mauricio Pochettino's side will be taking the fullback and probably making him into an even better player. I say that because he's had such a ridiculously good training at Real Madrid, then at Dortmund, then at Inter Milan. If he goes to PSG and plays alongside all those other fantastic players, he's going to become one of the most complete right-backs in world football if he isn't already. Anyway, of course, this leaves Inter in a bit of a bind, and apparently to replace him, they're looking at one man, and that is Hector Bellerin. Arsenal rate him at around 20 million euros, and Inter Milan, who are a little bit cash-strapped, which is why they got rid of Conte and they're selling Hakimi in the first place, want to bring him in on a one-year loan with an option to buy next season. If that doesn't work out, there's also rumours that Zappacosta could come in from Chelsea, who spent last season on loan at Genoa. All in all, I think this actually works. Bellerin's been at Arsenal so long, it looks like he's gone a little bit stale. Not to say he doesn't love the club or play well on occasion, but maybe a fresh challenge could be what he needs. Inter Milan could provide just that. They're going to need a flying, speedy right back to replace Achraf Hakimi. And, well, PSG could definitely do with a right back in Hakimi's mould, and he could go on to be a legendary player there for so many years to come because he's still so young. It fits all parties, and this is one that I could actually see happening. Certainly, the Hakimi to PSG bit is edging very, very close. Finally, then, we come to a quick roundup of the rest of today's transfer news that you might have missed. And should Jadon Sancho leave Dortmund, apparently they're looking at PSV's Nonu Madueke to be the replacement. I think I pronounced that right. Also at PSV, though, manager Roger Schmidt has admitted that Donyell Malen could also be leaving the club this summer. On top of this, Liverpool are definitely interested in Bayern Munich's one-way forward Kingsley Coman. And lastly but not least, Manchester United have offered Jesse Lingard a new 3-year contract. And I know what you're thinking, 3 years for a player that they didn't even need so badly that they sent him on loan to West Ham. I can't help but think this is just to cover themselves so they can actually charge a transfer fee for the England player rather than losing him on a free next summer. So there you have it then, that is all from me for today's daily news. Check out everything else we've got going on OneFootball, and until next time, I will see you guys later.